At the bottom, it isn't quite the same. Even for those on the rise, there's not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world, and if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion, talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against a real prospect, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
Good morning, this is Early Sports Breakfast with me, Sam Quek, with you all the way through till 6 until we are joined by Alan Brazil and Ray Parler for talkSPORT Breakfast. Good morning, Nick.
Hey, what a night.
What a night. You know what, I was buzzing for Scotland. Great game, great response, and the fans ecstatic, even all the way through to the post-game interviews. It was quality. I struggled to sleep, to be honest. I think I got about 2 hours when my alarm went off at about 3:15.
Oh, well, we'll get you through it, and we'll get you through it with maybe a can of Iron Brew. We'll start in Glasgow, obviously, this morning. Scotland's heroic win over Denmark. Wales booked their playoff spot as well. We'll hear from Kevin Hatchard on World Cup dark horses. And we're asking, what is the best thing to come out of Scotland? Is it Ali McCoist? As always, get involved on the usual number. Call us 03717 22 344 or on the text 81089.
I'm just thinking, I'm a big fan of Iron Brew.
It's good, isn't it? My dad uses it as a hangover cure.
It's just great. And I think in Scotland as well, like if you go out and you want like an Iron Brew and a mixer, it's on tap.
Yeah.
It's great. Fritters.
What's a better night out, Glasgow or Edinburgh?
Oh, I've not done Edinburgh.
No?
Glasgow's belter. It's very like Liverpool.
Got to go for Edinburgh for New Year. It's great.
For Hogmanay.
Exactly, yeah.
I need to do that. It's like a bucket list thing, isn't it, apparently? One of the best New Year's Eves. How about you? What do you think the best thing is?
I like Tunnock's tea cakes. I love Ali McCoist.
Yeah.
The shortbreads that Ali McCoist brings in sometimes in the morning are pretty good.
And those caramel bars as well. You know, the golden red wrapper.
Do you know what? I think sometimes just people being nice to each other. Like in Glasgow.
Yeah, people from Glasgow are so
People in
nice.
Glasgow are the best.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it's just people from Glasgow. I don't know. Get in touch. Let us know.
Get in touch. Let us know the best thing to come out of Scotland.
Scott McTominay, maybe.
Yeah, after last night, and what a goal that was. Excuse me, and what a night it was for Scottish football. Even the dour Steve Clark can have a little boogie. Yes, he can. That's right. This is how it unfolded for Scotland.
a goal at Hampden in the next few minutes, and a goal we've got.
Scotland 3, Denmark 2. The unlikeliest of scorers, Kieran Tierney up from the back.
It's an unbelievable night. It's an unbelievable scoreline. Scotland could only really have done it in one way, which was with deep, deep drama.
And it's in! Scotland are going to the World Cup finals. Katie McLean has launched the ball over the head of Kasper Schmeichel. 50,000 inside Hampden go crazy, and Scotland have done it for the first time since 1998.
Football, bloody hell.
It is a magical night round Hampden. There are hugs all round.
The emotion is incredible. All the Scotland players out there. Steve Clarke, he will now be seen as a legend in Scottish football for taking Scotland back to the World Cup.
And Scotland are coming. The Tartan Army have received their call-up papers and they're ready to go.
What a game it was. It had everything, didn't it? World-class goals, a red card, ecstatic fans, drama, back and forth, the score changed. A fantastic way for Scotland to qualify for their first World Cup since 1998. Scotland scored 3 of their greatest ever goals, I think, is possibly the right thing to say against the Danes at Hampden last night. And as I say, Scott McTominay's bicycle kick. Oh, we didn't even have to wait that long for it, did we? 3 minutes in, surely a contender for a Puskas Award, and then 2 goals in stoppage time to take it to 4-2. Kieran Tierney, his goal, the third one, to stroke it into the bottom corner, and then the last one as well from Kenny McLean from the halfway line. As I say, the game had everything, and let's see how Steve Clarke was feeling after it all.
Yeah, tonight it feels pretty special. Do you want me to go through the boring one and say, this? No, this is the best feeling. This is the best feeling. I've waited a long time. I've spoken to you before about how much I want to go to a World Cup with my country. I had the chance as a player. It passed me by for various reasons. We had the chance against Ukraine. It passed us by. And suddenly you start to think, might be the last one, might be the last chance. But it's not. We're there. So yeah, fantastic moment. I feel great.
Yeah, an emotional Steve Clarke there. Andy Robertson and John McGinn both spoke after the game as well about the team talk that he gave pre-game, which really hit home for the players emotionally, but also fired them up. And as a Scottish fan, I can imagine the emotions were everywhere, and no more so as well for player Andy Robertson, who after the game talked about Diogo Jota. Here's what he had to say. Jamie,
I'm going to read out them quotes because I've got them in front of me. This is what he said after the game, Andy Robertson. That just sums up this squad. Never say die. We just keep going right to the end. One of the craziest games. We put the country through it, but I'm sure it's worth it. We go into the World Cup. I've hit it well, but today I've been in bits. I know the age I'm at. This could be my last chance to go to the World Cup. I couldn't get my mate Diogo Jota out of my head today. We spoke so much about going to the World Cup, and I know he'll be smiling over me today. I'm so glad it's ended up this way. So, I mean, fair play to him. You kind of forget, somewhat of also, Liverpool players have gone.
Yeah, really emotional Andy Robertson there. Very open, very honest about how joyous the occasion was, but of course, missing his best mate. I think everybody watching that interview had a tear in their eye. And I guess it's moments like those, the big moments in your life are the ones where you want to share it with your loved ones, your friends, your family. And it was also the same as well for a caller, Craig, who was very emotional and never seen a World Cup and can't stop thinking of his dad.
A change in pace, I'm not going to lie. What a night. I know you'd have been saying the performance was this and 10 men that. But honestly, I'm 27, born in September of 98, right? So this is my first ever World Cup seeing Scotland there.
Yeah.
I've not stopped crying since Kieran Tierney scored, mate. I'm not going to lie. I know he's I lost my father last year to cancer at 60. I never ever watched a World Cup with him. I had a really bad spell this year mentally. I listened to talkSPORT every day. It kept me going. These are, if anybody else is listening and they've been through what I've been through or similar, these are the nights that you keep going for because what a special moment.
Yeah.
I've got a 1-year-old nephew, and the fact that I'm going to sit there when he's 18 months old, watch the World Cup with him, it's just so special. And what a night, lads, and won to Scotland.
Well said from Craig. I think that's the best thing about sport, isn't it? It brings everyone together, and big moments like that, it brings those who are closest to you back to the forefront. And I mean, we saw it, didn't we, last season when Newcastle won silverware for the first time in ages. Palace were winning silverware. Very similar stories of sports fans and teams all coming together and celebrating. But yeah, really nice call there from Craig. Thank you very much. But it wasn't just the Scottish who were celebrating last night. Wales fans were maybe not in such delirium, but that's right. Wales did get the business done as they beat North Macedonia 7-1 in Cardiff, which meant that Wales finished second in the group and will have a home fixture for the playoffs in March. This is what Craig Bellamy had to say about his side.
Tonight was as close to perfect that I could have asked for. And I don't believe in perfect. I'm not a perfect person. I haven't met one who is. But as a performance-wise, it was as close as we could have hoped for to that.
Craig Bellamy doing a great job, I think, over in Wales, and a really solid result. I know it's only North Macedonia, but I think they hadn't really conceded. I think they'd only conceded 3 goals throughout. So 7-1 in Cardiff. Well done to Wales and well done to Craig Bellamy. Okay, after a dramatic few days in the qualifiers for the World Cup, the Premier League returns this weekend, and we're going to turn our attention to it now, and no more so to the league leaders Arsenal, who go into their North London derby with fresh injury worries. And the question is, can they get through this next stretch of games with all of the injuries they have? Just to name a few, Calafiori, Timber, and of course the big news of Gabriel as well, adding to that extended list of injuries. talkSPORT understands that centre-back Gabriel could be out for up to 2 months with a thigh injury he picked up in Brazil's friendly with Senegal on Saturday. On Monday, Martin Keown told White and Jordan he's not too worried.
What concerns me this weekend is Spurs' away form. Because Spurs at home, they're 2 different entities. At home is like 1 win in 5, and I think they've won, 4 out of 5 away from home. So they're pretty damn good away from home. Their manager's very good at slowing things down, quietening the crowd. Just switch it. The keeper just puts his foot on the ball. And I've had a little look this week to see what they do away from home. Do it really well. Arsenal are going to have to go press high and really dominate the game, Jim. It's not going to be about any one player this year and injuries. It's going to be about the collective group. If someone else is injured, Mascara will have to come in and do another magnificent job, because Gabriel and Saliba are obviously the best partnership in Europe, never mind in the building.
Yeah, I guess that's the question, isn't it? Can Mascara do a good enough job? Of course, he came in for Saliba earlier on this season. Did a good job there, so hopefully he can continue where he left off. But 21, so young, already showing how good he can be for Arsenal and the Premier League. But I think a solid choice and a solid replacement for him. But I guess when you're looking at Arsenal's defence, they've been brilliant this season. Only conceded 5 goals in 11 games. So it'll be fascinating. I want to know, Arsenal fans, are you worried? Obviously, you've got lots of injuries further up the field, but now it's tapping into your back line. Let us know. And of course, Gabriel, also a threat at set pieces, where Arsenal have been so strong so far this season. And we're getting to that point, aren't we? Christmas, a packed schedule of games. The weather's getting colder. Notoriously, it's the time where people get niggles. So yeah, Arsenal fans, are you worried? That injury list, it keeps piling up. You've obviously got Gyökeres, Martinelli, Havertz, Madueke, everyone. And now Calafiori. So yeah, Timber and Gabriel adding to that. It is adding up. And also as well, can we just say, look at the next few games. You've got the North London derby this Sunday against Spurs. Huge game. Then Bayern Munich at home, Chelsea away, Brentford at home, and Villa away the next handful of games. So yeah, let us know. 03717 223344 or text us on 81089. We're also asking this morning as well, the headlines dominating the back pages, Scotland qualifying for the World Cup. So we want to know, what is the best thing to happen to Scotland, or what is the best Scottish thing that has happened to you? Let us know. This is Early Breakfast on talkSPORT with me, Sam Quek. Up next, we'll go over the best of the back pages and hear from Kevin Hatchard on his World Cup dark horses. Good morning, I'm Sam Quek and this is Early Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT. It is November the 19th. It's getting chilly, but I tell you what warmed us all up last night. Scotland's win to qualify for their first World Cup since 1998. We've been talking about it all morning. Also, we're building up to breakfast with Alan Brazil and Ray Parler, who'll be joining at 6 a.m. But some of the headlines you're waking up to this Wednesday morning. Curacao have become the smallest nation by population to ever qualify for the World Cup. The tiny Dutch Caribbean island has only 150,000 people. They drew 0-0 with Steve McLaren's Jamaica to qualify. Favourite Spain are also through to the World Cup, but they lost their 100% record in qualifying after a 2-2 draw with Turkey. And Serena Wiegmann had to ask journalists to stop asking her about Mary Earps. In her recent book, Mary Earps claimed Wiegmann had rewarded bad behaviour by recalling Hannah Hampton, who succeeded her as a first choice goalkeeper. Wiegmann says that she's got no regrets.
What I'm trying to do is be as honest as possible and have a very good working relationship, and I think that's what we had. I can't control the other things, so I'm just stick with what I want to do, how I want to do it, and trying to be clear and honest as possible and making decisions to win.
There we go. Straight up. Don't want to talk about it anymore. She wants to win. Quite right. For more on the latest stories, go to talksport.com. And also a reminder, TalkSport is now on your smart TV. Just grab the app on Android TV and Google TV, and we're even on Prime Video too. TalkSport live on your screen as well as your speakers. Right, lots of you getting in this morning. We've been asking, what's the best thing to come out of Scotland? Bob and Chiswick, Kenny Dalglish, James, Wales fan in Scotland, says, oh, I'd quite like to try this one actually. Says, pizza super cruncher with a can of iron brew. What's a pizza super cruncher? That's got to be deep fried, hasn't it? A little bit of me, that. A little bit of side dipping sauce. Maybe a bit of ranch or garlic mayonnaise, actually. Yes, James. Waspy says the A1. Kevin says the M74 has to be a contender. Oh, look at all these proper road fans. I do like a little bit of motorway chat. It's one of those topics when I go on a quiz show, they say, oh, what's going to be your strength? And I say UK motorways, dogs and the human body. Random. Anyway, we've also had caller Wally in Lanarkshire saying that he's loving Scotland's win.
All right, how you doing?
Good morning. Are you still buzzing? Have you slept?
Well, what, are you joking, man? You slept. I've been listening to all radio and talkSPORT. It's fully filtered with Scotland. What a result, man.
Oh, what were your thoughts then? Because obviously McTominay's goal 3 minutes in got you the go-ahead.
Right.
And what a worldie.
3 minutes, 22 seconds. And then it was that. And then your man, Tierney. And then that. What about that half? The half-line goal, 4-2, man, just finished it.
Where did you watch the game?
And my friends as well, they're Russian standard.
I can't believe you're still standing. How many of them were you? Let me know what it was like. It must have been amazing. I watched it in a boring hotel room.
That's not your fault.
So go on. How do you think they're going to do in the World Cup?
It doesn't matter, we're there after 20 years. Scotland forever. A small nation. On you go, boogie, boogie.
Yes, you can, Boogie. Also, Wally, what's the best thing to come out of Scotland?
Me.
Yes.
And all the fans. We're good people. Good
You are,
fans.
yeah, Hampden Park, by the way, I do have to say, was absolutely bouncing. It was noisy throughout, wasn't it?
That was the only place that was bouncing all over. Lanarkshire, Scotland, everywhere. We can boogie. We're the best fans in the land.
Mate, I'm buzzing for you. I'm buzzing for the Scottish fans.
All kidding aside, but Scotland done it. Be proud of Scotland forever.
You can keep partying on. Keep partying on, Wally. Get some sleep, hopefully, in the next few days. And when it all settles, you can start to dream of seeing Scotland over in America, Mexico, or Canada. And I think they've got their official odds are 150 to 1, actually. So you're in 350 to 1. Sorry. Gosh, 350 to 1. It's worth a little tenner, innit? You never know. Anything can happen, especially after last night. Talking of odds, actually, World Cup dark horses. We said about their Scottish odds. Favourites to win the World Cup, Spain. And, of course, France are in there. England are in with a shout. Brazil as well. Proper stacked of stars, Brazil. Vinny Jr., Cunha, Rodrigo. Argentina, what about Argentina? Current World Cup winners and holders. They've got Alvarez. They know what it takes to win a World Cup. They're solid side. Germany, they've been poor, but again, they've got some quality players. Never discount Germany in a World Cup. Portugal, what about Portugal? Is Ronaldo going to start? Is he not? Conversations about his age, his quality anymore. Surely you take him, even if it's just the bench. Netherlands as well. They've got some solid players, some good Premier League players in there as well. And Norway, everyone talking about them, of course, with Haaland and Solis up front, Odegaard in midfield. And Scotland, and you never know, Wales, couldn't they get through the playoffs to qualify for a World Cup? How great would that be to have the home nations in there? But going back to Netherlands, they obviously, 2010 wasn't it, against Spain, World Cup final. Have they got the class to get to another World Cup final? Here's talkSPORT's European football expert, Kev Hatchard.
There are so many that we see so often in the Premier League. Mickey van der Ven plays at left back sometimes, so it shows you the kind of strength and depth they've got at centre back. So they've got real quality there. Gravenberch has become one of the best defensive midfielders around, so that gives them a real boost. They've got Frankie de Jong in there as well, so they've got a really good spine to the team. Still got Memphis scoring goals for them. And so, yeah, I think they are an exciting team. And Ronald Koeman is a very experienced coach. It didn't work out for him at Barcelona, but he's not alone in that, to be fair, in the history of Barcelona. So, yeah, I think they've got a chance of maybe springing a surprise.
Ronald Koeman as well. Decent leader there. Dark horses. Not dark horses because they've got quality. But they're going to be outsiders, aren't they? They're not going to be favourites.
Yeah, they're about 10th favourites, I think, the Netherlands. But, you know, they've been to 3 finals. They're always sort of there and thereabouts.
Good team now. Good team. Listening to Kev there.
Yeah, they got quality. They got quality everywhere. Great defence, as Kev was saying. You know, Memphis banging in the goals. Memphis is now the top Dutch scorer of all time, past Van Persie in this qualifying campaign.
I always think teams like them as well. There's no Brazil have got like Vinny Jr. and Rodrigo, like proper superstars. You look at the Netherlands and you think obviously they're good Premier League.
Virgil van Dijk.
But he doesn't come across as like a superstar. Do you know what I mean?
He is a superstar.
No, but as in like probably more personality. I mean, he's like one of the world's best defenders, if not best centre back at the moment. But it's not like that ego superstar. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't have
he doesn't feel bigger than the team.
Sure, they don't have a Van Nistelrooy at the moment, a Van Persie,
Exactly.
one of those, Kluivert, Bergkamp, but as I say, good
Solid.
team.
I like
Scott. Let's just enjoy this, right? Scotland, the rave on the back of the talkSPORT. Kenny Stanner seals World Cup spot.
It is. The back pages are pretty much all blue, aren't they, with Scotland?
The power of Scotland.
And the pictures as well are great. The faces on the players, the coaching staff.
It was beautiful, wasn't it?
Beautiful.
Moving on to Manchester United. I know we talk about them a lot, but right on the back of the Sun, Old Trafford exclusive, legends reunited. Ruben Amorim invites icons to inspire the Reds. Ruben Amorim, big fan of getting the legends in, apparently to inspire his young players. He's trying to get Eric Cantona in to inspire them. Is that something that you would be inspired by if you were, if you had a visit from someone like that?
Yeah, I think surely it's the stories, isn't it? It's not like Cantona's it.
You want some stories?
You want some stories, like inspirational stories and things like that. Who else would you have in?
I mean, there's a hilarious story of Cantona turning up for a Man United event with this. He's quite a Natalie dress.
Yeah.
This mad multicoloured jacket on, ripped jeans.
Down with the kids these days.
And the footballers are like,
staying relevant,
asking Alex Ferguson, like, you gonna let him dress like that? And Ferguson just turned around and said, if you lot play like them,
you do what you want.
You can dress like Joseph in his amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Man United apparently going to have a fight on their hands for João Gomes, the Wolves midfielder. Amorim apparently wants to sign João Gomes, Brazilian Wolves midfielder. But Rob Edwards, new Wolves boss, not keen on selling him, so might have a fight on his hands.
Yeah,
João Gomes is a jiu-jitsu blue belt. Did you know that?
I did not know that. Where's blue stack up?
It's sort of
black belt's the best.
About halfway through, but it's pretty solid. I mean, a lot of Brazilians do jiu-jitsu. It's Brazil kind of took that martial art and made it its own, really.
Yeah.
And then looking ahead to the Ashes, looks like Mark Wood, England's fast bowler, is going to play. We've got another practice session. England are practicing out in Perth this morning for about 6 a.m. UK time. If Mark Wood comes through that, it looks like England are going to name a proper full-pace attack. Mark Wood, Jofra Archer, and we think as well Gus Atkinson. You into the cricket? Getting excited?
I'm trying to find the right word.
No.
I like cricket. I like the 100. I like fast cricket. Test cricket. I think if you can sit down and enjoy it properly and have the time, yes, which I don't tend to have.
That's understandable.
So that is me being very diplomatic as well.
Basically, you don't really like it. You're allowed to say it. Come on.
No, it's not that I don't like it. It's just slow. I mean, do you know what I mean? Like to go over like days and stop for lunch. But you're into your cricket, aren't you?
Absolutely. I cannot wait.
This is a real opportunity, this first test, isn't it, for England to get a win?
The received wisdom is, because England haven't won a test match down under since 2011, the beginning of 2011, right? The received wisdom is England really need to win in Perth. Then there's a day-night game. Mitchell Starc, the Australian bowler, is unbelievable with the pink ball that they use for the day-night game. So England really need to capitalise on these injuries to Pat Cummins and Josh Hazelwood.
Yeah, big loss, Pat Cummins, isn't he?
And Kevin Peterson on breakfast this morning to talk about it as well.
That'd be brilliant. What a character he is. Right. Thank you very much, Nick. That was a look at today's back pages. I'm Sam Quek, and this is Early Sports Breakfast. Up next, we'll have some fun with the front pages as well.
Football fans all have stadiums we love, but do any of us have a pitch we love? It might sound like an odd question, but pitches can be different sizes with big consequences. Why is that? And what are the actual rules behind it? Back when association football started, pitches could be 100 metres wide and 200 metres long. That's longer than Ellen Road. Not the pitch, the stadium. Anyway, UEFA wanted a standard across Europe which became 105 metres long and 68 metres wide. But some clubs have been rebels, not intentionally but because of the stadiums. Take Highbury for example. It was 5 metres shorter and a metre narrower, meaning away sides had a challenge just to adjust. Today, Forest Pitch at the City Ground is a big one, 2 metres wider than others. But the smallest of all? Craven Cottage, just 100 metres long and 65 metres wide. There are a couple of crazy outliers in Europe too, such as Napoli's home ground, the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, where the pitch is a whopping 110 metres long. So UEFA have their standards, so do the FA, but they give pitches in England some wiggle room. Pitches can be anywhere between 90 and 120 metres long, between 45 and 90 metres wide. Just imagine a pitch that's 120 metres long and 45 wide. Madness. So there you have it. There is a standard size and most teams do generally follow it. But as we all know, size doesn't matter, does it?
Good morning. This is Early Breakfast with me, Sam Quek, taking you through to 6 a.m, where we'll have Alan Brazil and Ray Parler joining you. This morning, it's been all about the Scots as they qualified for their first World Cup since 1998. So we want to know, what is the best Scottish thing? What's the best thing that's ever come out of Scotland? Give us a call, 03717 223344, or text 81089. Here's some of the headlines as well that you're waking up to this Wednesday morning. England have been dealt a triple injury blow as they aim to complete a clean sweep in the Autumn Rugby Union Series. Jamie George, Ollie Lawrence and Tom Roebuck will all miss Sunday's clash against Argentina at Twickenham. British double star Joe Salisbury is taking a break from tennis because of anxiety. He's been struggling with heart palpitations and a feeling of dread. And Renee Slagers is confident Arsenal will find their best form after a disappointing start to the season. The holders host Real Madrid in the Women's Champions League tonight. Slagers' side have won just one of their 3 games in the competition so far.
It's easier to get to the top than staying at the top. So what do you have to do to keep on delivering? With getting to the top, expectations rise. And I don't think the expectations on the outside are affecting us. But of course, we have high expectations on ourselves.
You can get more on these stories by visiting talksport.com. OK, lots of you getting in this morning off the back of Scotland's win and the best things to come out of Scotland. Kate's text in from Bolton saying the best thing to come out of Scotland has to be Sir Ali McCoist. Paul in Crawley says, still haven't come down, rewatching all the highlights. Yeah, dancer. Hayden says, good morning, guys. I hope this message reaches Scottish Craig. We played the clip, obviously, at the top of the show. Hayden says, I lost my dad in September and I share your pain. Raising a glass at the first kickoff for Scotland at the World Cup for Craig and his dad. Keep up the fight, brother. Lovely there from Craig, and a big shout out again to Hayden for getting in touch. Harvey, the Fulham fan, says massive congratulations to Scotland. I hope all the home nations qualify. And we've also had an anonymous text saying, why are you trying to burst our bubble, Anonymous? They say, can we stop the Scotland love now? None of them want England to do well. Looking forward to Scotland coming home early from the World Cup. Okay, Anonymous. Could have put your name on it. Could have owned it. But I don't know. I was buzzing for the Scots, and I'm English. Okay, and keeping with England, the Ashes. Yes, that's right. Less than 2 days to go now until the first Ashes test. England wicketkeeper Jamie Smith says they're not getting carried away by Australia's injury problems ahead of the tests. Australia's 2 big injuries. Fast bowlers Pat Cummins, of course, he's captain, and Josh Hazlewood will both be missing. Former England Test batter Mark Butcher expects the first test to finish early and told talkSPORT there are concerns for Australia.
The lack of Cummins, the lack of Hazlewood, albeit that their replacements in Michael Neser and Ben Doggett are very good. I don't know. It might be one or two of those. Boland comes in anyway. Just gives them a little bit of cause for jitters. And I also think that this pitch in Perth might make the game very quick. You know, it could accelerate the speed of the game. So you could be looking at a 3.5 day test match, which kind of plays into England's hands, I think. I think that type of cricket England are very good at. The longer haul, going sort of 5 days, having to bat long periods of time is the part where they're not quite so strong. So I think there'll be a few nerves for Australia.
Yeah, it all kicks off Thursday night, Friday morning, and Australia go into the series as favourites, having held the Ashes since 2017. Kevin Peterson will be on breakfast this morning to chat more about the Ashes. Of course, he knows what it feels like to win the Ashes when it was in 2005, and also what a great bit of chat he has. I bet he's got some stories about that. Welcome in again, Nick. It's 5:40, and we're going to go through some of these.
It's a front page throwdown.
Oh, what a move!
The front page is first on the early sports breakfast.
talkSPORT.
What have you got for us, Nick?
Only the most important news. First of all, let's head to Cardiff. A nurse has been struck off after he kept farting in front of hospital patients and laughing about it. Terry Foley is called. Apparently repeatedly broke wind in front of colleagues and said oops when he let off.
Mate, quite right, you got fired.
Well,
Like, I'm all for, like, breaking a little bit of wind, you know, sometimes it's got to come out.
So, yeah.
But you can't be doing it to, like, ill patients in hospital by the side of the bed.
It's not-
Definitely. Everyone's got the capability to hold it to a certain extent.
well, a tribunal heard Terry Foley was asked to stop, but simply laughed and said, I can't help it. Even cocked his leg while treating one patient and deliberately passed wind. The hearing was told. Do you have any rules about farting in your house? Do you fart in front of your husband?
There's times when he does it to get a laugh, but I've realised the less I laugh in those inappropriate situations, the less he does it.
Okay,
and he
right.
sometimes, you know what, as well, talking about farting, the traitors, that has to be TV moment of the year.
Which one was
What
that?
was it? What's her name? Is it Celia?
I don't watch
When they were doing a task and they were all quiet, it was like so much suspense, all stood in this tiny room in a semicircle around Claudia, and it was really quiet, and she just let one rip.
Thing is,
Like a 60-plus-year-old, and everyone was in disbelief, and it was the funniest thing. So moments like that is hilarious. But you can't go cocking your leg in a hospital.
no, that's a bit too much. But that's the thing, like, if you're 8 or 80, there's nothing funnier than a well-timed fart, really, is there?
I can't wait to get to that point in my life where there's just I'm not even bothered. I'm just gonna I need to let rip. I'm gonna let rip. Imagine, because they are funny. They are funny. But
yeah,
there's a time and a place. It's called comedic timing,
Time
and in
and
a
a
hospital
place.
it's not. Yeah,
Absolutely,
Terry, yeah, struck off for the right reason, in my opinion.
You ever been any? No, let's move.
No,
on.
yeah.
Tottenham Hotspur being chased for royalties after adopting Barry Manilow's song before home games. They regularly play "Can't Smile Without You," but apparently the Manilow estate is after some money. You into Barry Manilow?
You know what? I think it's one of those where I'm saying no, but there's going to be songs that I probably like. Well, give me a few songs.
Copacabana, down on the
Yeah, like that one.
Copacabana.
I like that one. So what, you're searching for a bit of money because other people are singing it?
Yeah, I mean, if they're playing it in the stadium, you know, they're after a bit of cash. Buckfast sales are booming. Back on Scotland news, Buckfast sales have hit a record £62 million. Have you ever had Buckfast?
But, is that Bucks Fizz?
No, it's like a sort of tonic wine. It's fortified. It's made by monks in Scotland.
Oh, so there you go.
Previously linked.
That could be one of the best things to come out of Scotland.
Buckfast. Yeah, we haven't had it yet. It's pretty strong stuff. And also, Brits apparently rubbish when it comes to...
Oh, look at you, back on your page 3. Same as yesterday morning.
Well, that's because Kelly Brook, old pictures of Kelly Brook because she's in the jungle, right? They're putting on the Daily Star. On page 2, Britons are rubbish when it comes to online passwords, the top 2 being admin and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Also, do you remember when everyone used to do password, but instead of the 2 S's, it was 5s?
Yeah, that's another...
So PA55.
Well, you know, you saw that big diamond heist in the Louvre in Paris. The password for the security system was Louvre.
Stop it.
Yeah. The weakest link is always the human element, isn't it? In any kind of...
Yeah, and we all use the same passwords, don't we, for the same one?
Do you have a system for your passwords?
What do you mean?
Like, for example, I have similar passwords for everything, but I change them a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this.
Yeah, but I do. I kind of do. I've got lots of different ones.
Yeah.
But don't you hate it when you can't remember your password and you've used all of the ones that you've always used?
Yeah.
And then you go to change it and it says you can't use the same password as previously
Yeah.
used. And it's like, oh, what?
Do you have, like, do you write them down or anything, or?
No, I use that app, you know, where it saves all your passwords for you. But then I'm screwed because I recently had to factory reset my phone and had to reset all my passwords because that had all my passwords in.
Well,
but yeah.
An expert says cybersecurity, keep repeating, simple passwords are extremely easy to guess. Use a dictionary and brute force attacks. Brits seem to ignore the warnings. So sort your passwords out. Because
there's just so many passwords and codes now.
But
But even pins, because everyone's on Apple Pay, you can't even remember your pin for your card now. You know, there's sometimes you have to use your card.
Yeah.
Like
I can remember mine. It's a lot to remember, isn't it?
I know. What is your password?
Telling you now.
Thank you very much, Nick. That was your front pages, and this is Early Sports Breakfast with me, Sam Quek. Up next, we'll be building to breakfast with Alan Brazil. Sam Quek, and this is Early Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT. And that's right, it's competition time and a little bit of Vegas. That's right, because we're going to kick off 2026 with the ultimate trip to Las Vegas. talkSPORT and our friends at Virgin Atlantic are giving you the chance to win a trip for two. Starting with exclusive access to the Virgin Atlantic Clubhouse at Heathrow. Then you'll be flown in upper class, in comfort, straight to Vegas. Once you land, you can enjoy 4 nights in a spa villa, cheer from the stands as the Las Vegas Raiders take on the Kansas City Chiefs, And we're throwing in £5,000 cash to spend while you're there. Clear your calendar from January the 2nd to the 7th, 2026, because this could be the ultimate start to the year. Good luck.
21 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text at £2 plus standard network rate. Bill payer's permission required. Or call 03434239761. Calls are charged at standard rate. All entries must be received by the 28th of November at 4 p.m. This is a network promotion. Run across talkSPORT, Virgin Radio UK and Talk. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
That's a belter competition. Great prize. Who wouldn't want to go to Vegas in the new year? Good luck to you if you're entering. I'll tell you someone who's in Vegas. Ali McCoist went to LA to watch a little bit of NFL. The Rams versus the Seahawks. Has now found his way to Vegas. And of course, he didn't miss last night's Scotland game. Safe to say he was in a very huge and empty bar. Listen to this.
Oh, man alive. Man alive. I'm absolutely, voice is going, buzzing with capital B. Buzzing, capital B. Oh man, I'm on a Diet Coke. My voice is going. Unbelievable, lads. Unbelievable. What a finish that was. Oh man, I just can't believe it. I'm watching up there. It's remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Just so happy, man. So happy.
Oh, Ali. He's delighted, isn't he? But yeah, the video of Ali, obviously, if you're listening, if you watch and you can see the bar is dead. It's empty. And he's clearly gone in, hasn't he? Found someone who can find the game of Scotland against Denmark, and he is buzzing. I'm just trying to figure out the time difference. What, Vegas 8 hours behind? So what's that? Nearly 10 p.m. at night. He's definitely not been to bed yet, has he? With his Diet Coke. Go on, Ali. Can't wait to see Alan Brazil's reaction as well, by the way, when he arrives at 6 a.m. But yeah, he'll be joined by Ray Parlour shortly here on talkSPORT. Okay, the Premier League is back this weekend, and we're going to turn our attention to them. And in particular, Chelsea. Gone under the radar. Lots of attention on Arsenal as they top the Premier League. Of course, Man City, hot on their heels. But we want to know, are people discounting Chelsea in this title race? I mean, they're only 4 points behind Arsenal. And talkSPORT's former Chelsea man, Scott Minto, is encouraged with what Enzo Maresca's doing with his young team.
I just think he's a really talented coach who, if we give him time, I think can develop into a top-class coach. He's not there yet, but I think he can be. I like his ideas. Do I think he's, as I say, blameless in certain things? I was at Old Trafford where I completely disagreed with the substitutions that he made. Brighton as well. But he's having to deal with a lot of things from above and below and keep people happy in what is the average starting 11, the youngest Premier League side ever. So to ask then to go where last season, the Europa Conference League, he could do a completely different 11. So it wasn't really a Europe Premier League. It was two different sides. This time it's different. Match day 1, Bayern Munich away. Bayern Munich are looking to try and win the trophy. Chelsea lost and actually didn't play too badly at all. The Karabag one was a blow. My argument with him necessarily wasn't the 7 changes. And it wasn't even playing Gerald Hatto, even though I don't want to criticise him too much. He was the reason Chelsea didn't win with 2 mistakes, as harsh as the penalty was. Not playing Tyreek George on his own up front when he got Mark Guillou and Liam Delap on the bench. So I'm not 100% in agree with everything he does. I still think there's so many more plus points than negatives.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting time, interesting few weeks for Chelsea. Currently third, 6 points behind the leaders. Can you start asking if they're going to be, proper title contenders? I think it's a really exciting team. They're young. Enzo Maresca has now been in the Premier League for a bit of time, knows what it's about, knows what it's like to win with his young side, especially last year winning the Conference League and Club World Cup. Yes, people can argue that they're not the top trophies they want to be winning, but it doesn't matter. They've still got that experience in finals. Arsenal at home as well to Spurs this weekend. Could possibly drop a few points with their injuries. And then Chelsea then host Arsenal a week on Sunday. I think it'll be fascinating to keep an eye on Chelsea over the coming weeks. But first off, they play Burnley. That's going to be live on talkSPORT this Saturday lunchtime as the Premier League returns. This morning for early breakfast, we've been asking what's the best thing to come out of Scotland after Scotland's World Cup qualifying win. We've had lots of you getting in touch. Lots of shouts for the A74, which gets you back into England, of course. John and Ayr says, stone away, black pudding and haggis. Simon, the trucking tune fan, says square sausage, Tunnocks caramels and iron brew. James has gone for Paolo Nutini. Dan, the Villa fan, says John McGinn. Yeah, what a player he is, by the way. I love John McGinn. Do you know his nickname is Meatball? He came on Question of Sport, said his nickname was Meatball because of his head when he was growing up. He had a meatball head. Forrest, the QPR fan, texts to say battered Mars bars. Yeah, I'm partial to them. Alan in Zagreb says James Bond or Sean Connery. Dave from Yorkshire says Loch Nessie cartoon and Buckfast. And Billy, Buckfast is made in Devon and shipped to Scotland for us all to devour. Thank you very much for your texts. Coming up next, it's talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan and Ray. Oh, guest. Yeah, we've got Charlie Mulgrew, former Scotland defender, to react from their result last night. Rob Page, ex-Wales manager as well, to reflect on Wales getting to the playoffs. And Glenn Whelan with Talk Republic. We'll be talking Republic of Ireland as well. That was Early Breakfast with me, Sam Quek. Alan and Ray on the way.